Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Sure Footing. This game was developed and published by Table Flip Games Limited and releases on May 19th, 2021 for a price of $7.19. Now, at the time of recording the video, the game is currently available for pre-order in the Xbox Store, so if you do want to pick it up for yourself, we do have a link down in the description. So let's dive into some gameplay here. So first off, the game features 3 distinct modes: Survival Mode, Tunnel Turmoil, and Rum to Stars Rampage. Basically, these two modes here on the right are modes that allow you to fight just the one specific boss in the game, whereas Survival Mode has you fight against both bosses while playing the game that alternate. Now, if you haven't already known by looking up this game at all, this game is actually what you call an endless runner, so you pretty much try to go as far as you can. So what I'm going to do here is talk a little bit about my thoughts on the game, and then I'll go through and show some of their cool stuff off in the game that they have available. So when you first start out, you'll get one of 4 characters. You'll probably only have Pixel Pete here unlocked, but there's tons of cosmetics that you can buy and unlock, as well as the different characters that you can change into. And then there's also a kind of upgrade skill tree mechanic system to the game where you can either run with a quick start playlist for your abilities, or you can assign them to button combinations in any way you want. I personally prefer just having quick start because it saves my last pre-select, and then you just pick your character and go. And the game is pretty simple. You use A, B, X, and Y, and then your triggers to alternate either running faster or slowing down. Now, if at any point you fall off the track, you fail, and then you go back here. And then you pretty much just rinse and repeat. This is it's the gist of how endless runner games work. You just try to get as far as you can. Now, I've logged in about 20 hours into this game so far, and I have to say, this is probably one of my most favorite, if not favorite, endless runner game I have ever played. There's been a few other games like this in the genre release on Xbox in the past few years, but not one to like the extent of this one, where there's all these upgrade mechanics, bosses that you kind of interact and encounter with, and then just special abilities and upgrades that you get along the way. And I think that that's just a great aspect of the game. I usually do pretty decent here, but I am dying a lot because it's just kind of hard to, talk, play, and focus. Now, you're going to get a wide variety of things you're going to notice while you're playing the game. Different characters will have different attributes, such as the ability to jump far, the ability to run faster, or just how quick they accelerate. And you use all of these mechanics to try to find whichever character is going to best suit your need. On top of that, you then have all the mechanics of the upgrades, and then having to figure out how to defeat the bosses that are chasing you. Now, once you start playing, after I'd say about 20-30 seconds, you're going to start to encounter bosses. So you see this big red guy here, he's trying to kill me. It'll alternate between him and one other guy, and that's pretty much what you have to do to stay alive. Is you can't fall off the platforms that are ever changing. So every time you play this game, you're never going to get the same track twice. And while you're running away from them, you have to really save and manage your boosts. So you can use the left trigger to slow your pace down. It's that little bar down at the middle of your screen, or right trigger to give you a very brief acceleration. Now, the different upgrades that I have right now is I can hit one of my buttons to kind of teleport ahead, one to give me an extra big jump, and then the other one to give me kind of a secondary jump in the air that you might have seen me do a couple times. I'll do it right here on screen. And along with that, there's another 7-8 different upgrades that you can choose from, and really tailor your gameplay experience with how you run with your character to really fit your needs. Now, along the way that you're playing the game, you're going to collect these things called MIPS. If you look here at the bottom center of the screen, when I get back to the main menu here, you'll see my MIPS total. This is basically the currency system of the game and what you collect while you're playing. So you can go to the shop here, and you have a couple different things. So you can buy the characters to be able to start using them, as well as getting the various unlock skins. Throughout the game, there are a ton of them, and sometimes you have to do certain challenges to start to unlock to be able to buy them, or you can do what's called hack and unlock to be able to buy them early. So it's either spend the time to work for them, or you can do what I'm doing here and just unlock it, and I can get it right away. As well as you also have a skill tree that allows you to upgrade various skills through different tiers that just kind of give you overall better abilities, whether it's, getting a deletion buffer, so if the deletion Dave, the big red guy, hits you once, it actually bounces you away and buys you another shot. or my favorite one where you kind of get to double your MIPS at the end of a level. And then there's the power-ups that you can unlock and upgrade while you're playing that are come in quite handy. Overall, there's a lot to this very simple game. You know, there's challenges, there's multiplayer where you can play with you and a friend and really see who can get the farthest, as well as I love the stat tracking system and being able to compete with my friends on leaderboards. Most of the leaderboards right now aren't really packed with too many people, with the game still being fairly new, but it is kind of nice to have all these leaderboards that track not only the different game modes but the difficulty levels that you're playing and really see how you compare against everybody else, as well as the full profile stat system that's in this game. For such a simple game, the developers have packed so much content into it that it's honestly very, very impressive for what it is. I love the kind of bright vibrancy of the graphics and visuals in this game, all the way down to just the music that kind of gets you in the zone. I think while I was playing this game a couple hours, my wife was actually in the room with me, and she made the comment that this is just like, I didn't even know you were playing a game because, you know, it was just so relaxing and peaceful while you were doing it. And you know, it's really nice to have a game that, you know, has a, you know, such a simple soundtrack and animations and everything that are just done in a very well format. If I have to give this game any type of rating, I'm going to solidly give this game a 9 out of 10. There's only a couple things that I would love to have a little more. I definitely think the learning curve for first diving into the game could be a little easier, especially for new players to this genre, as well as some of the stuff early in the game can be very unforgiving. I ran into many occasions where there just wasn't even a way, no matter what I did, to get past certain obstacles. And even in some of the game modes where it seems like the game just hits you a little too hard without really trying to introduce anything into the series. I'm really hoping to, you know, see some maybe future content too, maybe come out for this game, maybe some different bosses or things like that, which I think would be great. But overall, I think, like I said, this game is a solid, definite pickup if you are looking for a fun game, especially coming in at under $10. I think it's under $8 at $7.19, I believe is what we called at the very beginning. Definitely check out Sure Footing. If you end up picking the game up, let us know what the farthest distance you've made. So far, I think I've gotten close to 6,000. I know there's a couple of people that have broken the 10,000 barrier, and you know, those guys are insane. You know, who knows, maybe I'll get there one day. I will let those achievement enthusiasts know out there that this is not a quick and easy completion by any means. Taking a quick glance at the achievements, I've put over 20 hours into this game already, and I have 500 out of the 1,000, as well as there's a little bit of questions if some of these achievements are tracking quite properly. They did just release a patch for the game today, so maybe it's something that they will get going, as well as some of these achievements that seem like they might not be worded quite properly for them to work the way they should. But ignoring all that aside, this is still an amazing game. This is a little bit of what I'm taking the game down for, but you decide what you want when it comes to the games you buy. I hope this review was helpful and helped you make a decision whether you wanted to check it out or not. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you haven't already, please take the time to comment down below, let us know your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.